What is going on, all you Pokemon collectors out there? I hope you guys are doing well on this beautiful evening. And in today's video, we are going to talk about, discuss why Japanese is just better than English. Totally kidding. Don't come after me. You guys know that my collection is majority Japanese simply because I've been priced out of English for quite some time, and I really re-entered the hobby, took the hobby really serious when the Japanese market was just absolutely booming. I couldn't find any product similar to the situation that we're in English. So I just wanted to highlight a few cards that I would look to pick up before they get a little bit too expensive in both English and Japanese. What Japanese cards I would stay far away from. All of that and more on today's video, so let's get into the picks. So for our first pick, the Squirtle card from Stellar Crown. Again, this is not going to be just a straight, top 5 video. So when I was buying a sealed product left and right, and I really doubled down on just sealed in general, I wanted to invest into Japanese cards, but at the time, the Japanese cards were just so darn expensive. Japanese sealed product was really hard to get. This was like right around when the TikTok shop started to really take off. So the moment that the tides turned and Japanese became a little bit more available, where TikTok had all these amazing deals where I could pick up some Japanese booster boxes for sub $100, sub $80, I striked, and I haven't looked back since. And as my love for Japanese Pokemon cards and Japanese sealed product grew, I started to realize how the card quality was just so much better. The texturing was so much better, so on and so forth. And then I looked into, as far as the grades, they're easier to grade, just better card quality. And from that point, I was just no longer interested in English. Add fuel to the fire, years and years go by. Then we see the insane market of English Pokemon cards, people, scalping and fighting each other, all that stuff. I'm just out. It just turned me completely off to the English market. And now here we are. I do collect English cards here and there. I collect the ones that are still undervalued. I tell you guys those picks pretty much every week on this channel. But yeah, let's get back to the charts. I want to just highlight some of these cards. First card we're going to talk about is the Squirtle from Stellar Crown. This card is still rifling, still taking off. It has slowed down, $81-ish. So the reason why I wanted to put this one on today's list was I purchased this card in Japan, actually, at a really cool card shop in Tokyo. It was like a 3-story card shop, and I got this for like 10-15 bucks, something around there, sub $20 for sure. And we're gonna do like A and B comparisons for today's video. But yeah, this is I remember when this card got announced that it was going to be in Stellar Crown, I was like, let's see what it does in English. Let's see the price differences between English and my beautiful Japanese Pokemon market. And then we go over to the Japanese side. So like I said, I bought this for 20 bucks. Pretty much when this was it was a few months after release as well. It was not the newest set when I was in Japan by any stretch. But now, I mean, most retail it's like a $50, $60 card, which I'm happy. I'm happy that these cards are getting the love and attention that they're getting. As much as I want to say that it bothers me that people are now here in Japanese once again, I just know that's just the state of the market. People are always going to find the more affordable options in anything. If that's sports cards, model card collecting, and our beloved Pokemon. People are always going to find the cheaper options, I believe. I think the people that just want to collect the cards and the artwork, this is what we do. I'm opening still a ton of Korean Pokemon cards. I've been buying Pokemon Chinese and simplified Chinese Pokemon cards left and right. So I'm still having a blast, and I just want to put that information constantly out there so that you guys can still enjoy the hobby. There's still plenty of avenues that are very, very enjoyable and still available. So then I wanted to throw the Cynthia's Ambition. We talked about this early last week. We all know that a giant Cynthia card is coming. Probably the best Cynthia artwork we've ever seen, in my personal opinion. This one in Japanese, 15 bucks. eBay, probably 10 bucks, $10, $12. We get these cards, these Cynthia's cards are going to get bought up. I'm telling you right now, this is what is absolute going to happen. I just did a community post not too long ago talking about the popularity of Cynthia, and everyone agreed. Everyone's like, that card is going to go crazy. Anything with Cynthia attached to it, it's going to do well. Especially you add a Pokemon into it, like a Lucario or a Garchomp. It's a game over. It's absolute game over. And then we have it in English once again. Most recent sale, 10 bucks, market price. So this is the other tip I wanted to give you guys. If you guys are new here, if there's a lot of new collectors on my channel. I talk to you guys all the time about coming back into the hobby. If that's you, welcome. You are greatly valued here on this channel. So if you guys want to collect some of these female full art trainers, I highly recommend that you guys just do it in English and not in Japanese. There's gonna be some examples on today's video, but that's pretty much the rule of thumb. And when it comes to like the illustration rares and art rares in Japanese, you're gonna want to look at those cards specifically in Japanese because they're going to be way cheaper, better quality, and better all around. But yeah, so then we have, so to further that point, we have the Miriam. Obviously, this was like the craze, 134. I think it's way more. TCG player, if you're listening, get your stuff together. Yeah, it's around $150 card, I believe, last time I checked. But still, the price point is this price point. Don't really focus on that. What I'm trying to show you guys is the difference between the two. The Miriam in English, 30 bucks. I remember this thing was like $15. This thing, when the Scarlet and Violet base first came out, people were losing their minds because the waifu craze was still, bleeding into the Scarlet and Violet era. But I knew that it was going to just be a fad. It's so crazy to be here in the hobby for as long as I have and just see the waves of how this market works. We'll go Japanese, English, back and forth. And now I firmly believe that we're seeing the tide turn once again towards Japanese Pokemon cards. But yeah, I don't recommend buying this in Japanese. I understand like there's better texture, better quality. But if you just want a binder copy like myself, 30 bucks. 30 bucks isn't gonna kill you. It's like I always try to put it in like in world terms, like a few gas station trips, a few beef jerky sticks if you're in America, that kind of stuff. And then this one I actually saw on Dama's channel, on Dama's Market Watch video, the Sandycast. He was just putting a list together talking about the cards that he thought were going to potentially get bought up or deals in the hobby, cards that are on the move. I totally forgot about the Sandycast. It's such a cute card with like it being in a sandbox, very dark for sure. Like I know what he's doing. He's like luring all these kids to the sandbox so he can like eat them and like do whatever, steal them. And then we all know that you just don't take his little crown off of his head, or it's just bad news. But the big alternate arts, SARs, like for sure they do it for me. But I think the real heart and soul of the Scarlet and Violet era is the illustration rares. The artists just went completely off. This is one of the best arts in the whole entire era, in my personal opinion. I mean, it is a truly thing of beauty. And then so that, again, why Henry? Why is that card even on the list? Sandygas isn't a popular Pokemon. Because in Japanese you can get it for $2. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, $2. We can pop that thing in our binder and call it a day. I don't know what's gonna do if you want to grade it. I don't know what this chart's gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna be investable. But hey, if you want a really cool art and you want a really cool Pokemon for your binder for $2, something that's cheaper than a can of Coke, then here we are. And then another one that I stole from Dama's video was the Armarouge. This card, I completely just passed up. Of course, this is coming from Scarlet and Violet base. Most recent sale, $11. I think this card is climbing up in value because the English one is getting bought up. And there is people out there, not saying that they're any smarter than us or dumber than us, but they try to take both markets. They'll try to pump up the English cards, and then they'll go into the Japanese market and try to manipulate the same thing. I'm not calling it market manipulation or buyouts or whatever. I'm calling it whatever you want, but it does happen. I think that's the case for this card. Very, very cute card. I wasn't a huge fan of Armarouge when I first played through the game, and now he's like grown on me for sure. A little Charcadet was super cool. Yeah, and just the more I look at it, I do want this card in Japanese. I don't want it in English. I just think the English characters just make it, you know, look cheaper. And yeah, and you can tell, I mean, just the screenshot, this is why I used it for the thumbnail. But when you A and B these things, like it is such a crazy difference. And I know some people are gonna go, this is not a card with texture, Henry. Like, what are you talking about? There is such a giant difference. I handle so many Pokemon cards on the daily. When I open Korean, Japanese, Chinese, English, I have multiple copies of the same card. And I put them in the light, I zoom in with my phone, I send them to friends, and we do our little evaluations, and they are all so different. And I personally believe that English is definitely the worst. But and if you don't believe me, if you guys say, Henry, can you just, you know, that's absolutely not true. So I did find this video on Reddit. They were showing the difference of the PSA 10s, his PSA 10. So I think, let's just pause this really quick. I think that it's a great example that he used these PSA 10s because it's PSA 10 to a raw, right? Do we know that the Japanese card is a 10? No, we don't. But we do know that the English card is a 10, which means that it's the best copy that English has to offer. So I wanted to specifically look at this Pikachu right here. Look at the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. The Pikachu eyes will go from red to brown. Same thing with the cheeks. The cheeks absolutely shine. And then if you look at the back, like the flat part of the white of the rainbow texture, you see the light like pulling through the art. Right here in the Japanese version, in the English version, it is beyond flat. The Pikachu is struggling. Look at all the SARs from what is this? Oh my gosh, I am completely blanking on what art or what's SV8. Let me know in the comment section down below. Where's the Jasmine? Where's the Jasmine from? I am completely blanking. But look at the texture. I'm gonna pause it right here. The texture is absolutely insane. Again, if you like English cards, no hate towards you guys. I just would much rather have a card that has tons of texture. I know it's not for everybody. I know a lot of people are going to say in the comment section, hey, you know what? I don't like a bunch of glitter and glam. I just want the cool art. By all means, go ahead. But it is something to say that people are now on Reddit. This is a very popular Reddit threads that are getting upvoted every single day. I am a diehard Reddit user. I'm on there every single day, and I'm seeing more people talk about the Japanese market. It is a clear winner to me why people are switching over. You can go get the newest set, Battle Partners, for 85 bucks and be guaranteed an SAR. And I believe like the sets like Terrestrial Festival, you know you're at least going to get something. And that means a lot to people, especially now. Especially when the English market is just so oversaturated. People are lining up at Targets to, you know, for one ETB. ETB, what comes with like 9 packs? You're gonna more than likely rip that ETB, throw all the crap away, waste all this plastic and all that stuff. Most people don't even use the dice. Most people don't use the energies, all that stuff. Everything just goes, it's just a giant waste. To me, personally, unless you're going to collect the ETB and or invest into ETB, like, sure. But I know that's the majority. The investing side is such a small piece of the hobby. Same thing with the grading side, a small piece. Majority of people in Pokemon just want to rip packs. So for me, I'd much rather just buy a Japanese booster box and know that I'm gonna get a hit and I'm going to get multiple art rares as well. It just doesn't make too much sense to me. Besides, if you're a player, if you're not a player, I don't understand why you guys feel that way. And there's gonna be, I get the same comments from these videos. People are like, but I can't read it. Guys, we know these Pokemon. Time and time again, it's the same Pokemon. You know what an Umbreon looks like. You know, there's no funny business. We know what it is. And to me, there's no truer language than Japanese on a Pokemon card. It just makes too much sense. But that is my 2 cents. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree in the comment section down below. Let me know about today's picks on today's list. And until tomorrow, I'll catch you guys with a fresh new video. Peace out.